Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Excuse me if I seem a little sped up. It's just because this is like the third time that I'm recording this, so I'm hoping this will be the last version of this. I want to talk about a little bit more about the strike and more or less the impacts of the strike because today being Thursday, there's a lot of people who are going to look at this from a certain viewpoint. And as you saw in my last video, that's very ignorant. But the truth of the matter is that there is actually uh, some issues, some really big impacts that people are not going to address, and I want to bring that up. Um, we're gonna talk about the Entertainment Community Fund for a little bit here. They have an article that came out, uh, and they addressed about. Uh, and just to be clear, the Entertainment Community Fund is a charitable organization, so it's like a program that helps people in this business trying to like give them money and shit. So um, they they brought up a couple things with regards to employment and just the state of things, and I just want to bring this up. So we're gonna read here. So here we go. So officials with the Entertainment Community Fund, aka the Actors Fund, formerly known as the Actors Fund, are warning that while yesterday's end to the SAG-AFTRA strike is welcome news, the economic and health impact of the months-long work stoppage will impact the industry for months to come. We are pleased that the SAG-AFTRA TV Theatrical Committee and AMPTP have reached a tentative agreement, but we are very concerned, and this is coming from the president and CEO of the Entertainment Community Fund. But we are very concerned about the long-term impact the work stoppage will continue to have on people directly and indirectly affected. According to the president, the fund has distributed more than $11.2 million to more than 5,200 people working in film and television. And he states that it will be months before the industry fully recovers, and we encourage those in need to reach out to the fund. So they're just basically, just kind of giving themselves publicity. But in a statement today being Thursday, the fund notes that while both the SAG-AFTRA and early WGA strikes have now ended, people who are unemployed will need to find new jobs or wait until their prior work resumes. Many have back rent that is owed and are facing potential evictions, reads the statement. Others have lost health insurance and have additional medical expenses, with others needing increased mental health support. And coupled with the lasting impacts of the pandemic, a 2023 survey of more than 4,000 people who sought support from the Entertainment Community Fund during the pandemic found that more than 50% of respondents are still having difficulty finding employment. Annette Bing, is that the actress? I think that's the fucking actress, yeah. Even now that the strikes have ended, we know many will face challenges for weeks and months to come, and we must continue to be the safety net that they need. I encourage all who can lend their support to the fund, and for those of assistance, we're here to help, blah, 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 blah. So, I think this fund's just silly. I mean, this is the business. I mean, many people are going to get, are going to be put in a bad situation, and as they've said, a lot of people are, losing very important things, and that stems a lot from the decision that they made with this, working in this industry. But it also illustrates a lot about the strike as well. Many people that had employment, and now that employment is either absent or still up in the air, and they're relying on that money for rent, and for other things, such as, paying off, insurance and other expenses. And it sucks. And, they're like this article kind of represents that the true impacts of the strike. I mean, I've seen comments from low end, bottom line, workers in the industry who are just getting uh, who are just getting fucked over and just getting, having a hard time like trying to justify uh, their very existence in the industry. So, um, because this is the truth. I mean, people will say whatever the fuck they want about like we got this, we got that, and it's like, okay, but it's not that really that big as we talked about in the last video. But what really is the tragedy of all this is, first of all, how much money has been lost from it. There was an article that came out a while ago about like how much money has been lost due to the strikes, and um, like no one's wanting to bring up the people who are really hurting, which is a ton of people that you don't hear about, and they're just getting really really screwed, and people who are just wanting to be in that same vein, an actor or a writer, they're getting really, hurt because, well, the industry, it's how it is, it's their fault. I mean, they made a shitty career choice, but, you know, um, it's, it sucks, it stems mostly from the people at the end of the day, but, like I said before, like, you got to consider your whole future and not just your own personal interest, Um, but uh, that's really the real impact of this whole thing is, and people who benefit from this are those who could afford to go on strike, which are rich people, the people who have the most money, um, who who have security in this industry, which is a very rare thing to come across. It's only made for a few people. Um, it's that's the people who are going to be hurting the most. People who don't have that kind of security, the people who don't have that kind of jobs available to them. That's really the impact. And as I said, it is ultimately their fault because they chose to partake in a shitty in an industry that is 90 to 95% of the time never going to work out for you. Um, but it's partially also because of the strike, and because of how long they were on strike, and all the benefits that might have been there are just now gone. And like as the article says, most of these people are just probably gonna have to find different work, and it's partially a good thing because you could find work that's gonna give you a lot more money and a lot more security. Um, but it does suck that that the strike ultimately you know uh, puts people in a worse position than they were previously. You know. Because like I said, this only benefits a few people. It only a few. The rest of you, you're gonna be struggling more so than you already are. Because I know people are struggling. There's no, like 95 of the people that you hear who are like actors or writers or wanting to be that type of person, they're living check to check. They're not in a stable. They're not even check to check. They're just living in a uh, in a waiting period at most times, just hoping for work to pop up and shit. Like I've heard from an actor once that he couldn't get work for like 5 or 6 months, and it's like does that sound secure to you? Absolutely not. I would not never ever want to be in a position like that where I have to wait 5 to 6 months to get my next fucking check or whatever like that. Like fuck that. But that's the industry. that's also just the rules. That's just how it is, you know. There's there's the 5% who make it and can justify their whole journey, and then there's 95% of you who will never make it, and you will have to find different work, or you're probably like everyone on the strike. You're just trying to find a way to validate your shitty choice and not admit that you're wrong. So, you know, so yeah, that's the real impact of the strike, is that there's a greater emphasis on ignorance, but also more of an awareness of just how, you know, how secure people are in this industry. Because, you know, there's that myth that Hollywood has some security in place. It's not, dude. There's so many people who struggle in this industry because of how this, that not just, it's not the system. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Like, you can't blame this, you can't blame that. It's just how it is. How much you guys get paid for this shit, it's like, it's justified to me, because you guys are fucking actors and writers. You guys are not firefighters. You're not police. They want to defund the police for some fucking reason, but you want to defund the police and then give SAG-AFTRA a $1 million deal. Bless me. Like, where's the fairness in that, you know? But that's me again. Gosh. But yeah, that's the real truth, and people don't want to hear that now. They probably just want to be like, "Yay, we got a 2% increase, which is the bare minimum." You know, that's just, you know, a 2% increase, which is basically a raise. You know, that's basic practices, so I'm not sure what you think of that. It's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, but a 2% increase, if you work at a company for a long enough time, a 2% increase, that is just the bare minimum. That is just what they'll hand you, a 2% increase. So, yay. But there's some stuff that came out of, like I said, the AI stuff. That's neat. I mean, that's good. But this is the honesty. This is the truth. People are going to be struggling more. You know, people are struggling already because of just how the industry is and just the ignorance that people have of what that industry is, thinking that they can make something of themselves. You cannot. So, you know, it's just going to make it, like, it's already difficult enough, but it's just going to be even more difficult for people to try to justify this shitty choice. So yeah. So that's the real truth. That's the real truth. And there are, you know, articles out there. There are comments. Look at the deadline. Like, all the comments down there. People are struggling, and they're going to continue to struggle, and they're probably going to be seeking out other work, which, in my eyes, is probably a good thing. But, you know, it sucks that the strike puts those people in that position to begin with. You know, so. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Oh, fuck. Hopefully the focus was good. You guys let me know your thoughts on the strike, you know, if it finally ending, and then just with the impacts. Any of you guys are in the industry, if you guys are, you know, just, or trying to make it in that industry, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to get some lunch now because I am hungry. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.